Did you know I own a banned book? I do. The resale value is about to go through the roof. Banned book right here. Yeah, so I was browsing some manga news stuff that I normally do every day, and I came across an article that in South Carolina, they banned Assassination Classroom. Yeah, and apparently, like, according to this article, if this stuff goes through, it cannot be challenged for about 5 years. So that would be 2029. It could get back in the school's library. And I thought it was interesting. I wanted to talk about it and make a little video. So yeah, here we go. All right. Listen, can we just be honest? You know, they are banning it on the grounds of violence. You know, it's subject matter, because if you don't know, Assassination Classroom is about a class that is basically trained to take out their teacher. Listen, here's the thing, right? If you don't know, if you just don't know, their teacher, intergalactic alien, that was gonna destroy the world if they didn't take him out. He is an octopus-like creature. You hear what I'm saying? Octopus-like creature that was going to destroy the world. That's why this class put together to take him out. Also, he loves his students. Listen. The ending of Assassination Classroom? I'm not going to spoil anything, but if you know, you know. He loves his students. But listen, it's been a very long time since I've been in a school library, right? But with manga becoming like very popular, obviously, they're going to start carrying it in school's library. And I mean, dude, they went through this with comic books, with regular books. And they also, in Florida, banned Sasaki and Miyano. Listen, I probably got that wrong. I really wholeheartedly apologize for that. But because it's a boys love manga. And, you know, apparently that can't be in a school library. But yet, there's a ton of other novels probably in that library that approach the same topic. I mean, you got Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda, Anger is a Gift, and Boy Meets Boy. And if you want to cancel Assassination Classroom and ban it from a library for violence and, you know, subject matter, but you have novels probably in that same school library because they're considered classics, such as Valhalla, Battle Royale, and The Hunger Games. Why zone in on this one, right? Like, is it because it's drawn? Like, it's because it has pictures? But if you read a book, don't you kind of get a picture in your mind? It's like, well, you used your imagination. So really, it's not showing violence. You know, your imagination, it's fine. But no, they put a pin to, or digital pin probably at this point, a pin to this page and drew this image. No. Ban it. It's got pictures. We can't be showing these pictures in this school library. Are you kidding me? And, you know, I think you can fall on whatever side you want to talk about like banning books in schools, or, you know, you can have your own opinion about that, and that's totally valid. But for me, and my personal thing is, I don't really like banning any type of book. That's just me. You know, I know there are some very aggressive, you know, books out there. I'm not going to talk about them on YouTube. But, you know, maybe those shouldn't be in a school, right? Like, okay, right? But Assassination Classroom. Look at him. He is just misunderstood. I will die on this hill. He is just misunderstood. Look at him. But all that aside, it got me thinking, are we going to be at a time with not just manga, really, like any type of media? And I think that's why physical media and collecting appeals to me in a certain aspect. It probably appeals to some people watching this video too. Is there going to come a time where stuff does start getting banned? And I think that's pretty interesting. And it's pretty interesting that manga is going through that stuff here in North America, right? Like, could you see a world where, and I joke about it, but these books on these shelves, their value skyrockets? And it's not meaning that, like, hey, hold on, wait a minute, collect, because you're about to make a payday. But it's more in the sense of, is there going to come a time where you can't find your copy of Berserk, you know? Because if you want to talk about approaching violent and traumatic and a lot of topics, Berserk is one of the most well-known stories that do that. So is there going to come a time where you can't get that stuff? And where is that line, right? I think that's such an interesting conversation to have. And that's kind of why I wanted to make this video. One, just to start a dialogue in like the comments, because I really like talking with you guys. And I just think it's an important conversation to be had of, is there a line in the sand where another entity stepping in and telling you what you can't own or what you can't get your hands on, right? And again, manga is 100%, listen, look at your history. This is not the first time, right? I mean, some school libraries even recently banned My Hero Academia and Soul Eater, and that's just manga. There have been a ton of other books banned throughout history. Like one of the quotes here says, pages depicting handguns, rifles, knives, and potions. I'm gonna be honest. There are a bunch of books that have handgun, knives, rifles, and potions. I mean, I remember, I think they went after Harry Potter a long time ago, right? They were like, whoa, Harry Potter, no. But I think I've always landed on the side of like, you know, if your parents don't want you to read something or you don't feel comfortable with your kids reading something, that is completely understandable. You know, that is completely your choice as like the parents of the situation. Like I totally get that. But the idea of don't even have it in here, because especially given the Assassination Classroom aspect out of it, especially the Sasuke and Miyano, I have not read it, but you don't know a kid stumbling across that story that it could really affect them in a positive way, reading a story like that. So you're kind of taking away a kid's ability to see themselves in characters. And the reason that I love fiction so much and I love books so much is that idea of stumbling across a story and it helps you deal with stuff in your personal life. I think media in general is the best. That's one of the best aspects of it, is you're seeing this fictitious story and knowing that it's fictitious, right? Like you're not blurring that line, but you're able to see yourself, and it helps you maybe deal with or put into context something that you haven't been able to put into context before. I think that's what makes this media in general so special. And I think that idea that someone can come along and just say, no, you can't do that. I think that's wrong. And that's my personal opinion, and you can absolutely, think differently and things like that. That's absolutely fine. My personal opinion on that is I just don't think that's right. And I think that's why we have things that rate it, T for teens or E for everyone or M for mature. And I think that lands on the school librarian, the parents, or someone to be aware enough to, be like, oh, this is a 13 plus and you're 9. You have to get, your parents' permission to check it out or something like that. And so having someone come in and downright say, you can't have it, that's where that line gets real bad for me. And seeing that happen to manga is very wild, because it's been around for so long. You know what I mean? Assassination Classroom came out in what, 2009? Just now in 2024, in November of 2024, this school in South Carolina was like, have you heard about this? Have you seen this? There is an octopus teacher and these kids are trying to take him out. We gotta do something about this. Have you seen this? Like, yeah, man, it's almost been around for 15 years. It's nothing new. And when you read stories like this, I think that you, or at least I, see that slippery slope that can go real bad. And I don't know. It kind of got me sad today when I read this. was like, man, like where does it stop? Because it's not the first time. Again, we have had history after history of books being banned and books being burned. And I just think it's so wild that it's happening to a format that is legitimately designed for teenagers. But hey, the good thing is, us as manga collectors, gold mine. Start hoarding them up, being like, oh, hold on, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to be in a trench coat in the back, being like, oh, hey, I got this assassination. Pretend I have a trench coat on. I have it. Do you see it? The trench coat? All right, great. I have this Assassination Classroom. Volume 1. It's premium. Like new. Interested? Oh, man. Start pushing underground manga. That's our next movement, man. Pushing underground manga. Let's do this. But yeah, I just thought this was such a wild story. I wanted to make this quick video. But yeah, what do you think of manga being banned? Are you for it or against it? I'm gonna go ahead and say you're not for it. But yeah, let's talk in the comments down below. As always, I appreciate you guys making it to the end of this video. It means the world to me. And I hope that if you're having a bad day, it gets better. If you're having a good day, it becomes fantastic. I'll see you next time.